The winds guide you.
Hey everybody, Classic Wins back again with another video. The Classic WoW beta has been going on for over a month now, and it has been an amazing resource to test features, find bugs, and remind ourselves of what vanilla WoW truly felt like. But there are several issues which the beta will not be able to test, so let's look at 4 potential future issues and what I think Blizzard and the community should do about these problems. The first thing I wanted to look at, gold selling and RMT. RMT means real money trading, and that means someone selling in-game items, levels, raid clears, etc. for actual money. Gold selling has been an issue as long as WoW has existed, but eventually Blizzard came up with a solution that they will just sell the gold themselves and cut out the middleman by selling WoW tokens. Like a lot of other features in today's World of Warcraft, this is a terrible solution that was just accepted to be part of the game. But as we know, Classic WoW will not have any WoW tokens, and Blizzard will not allow gold selling, which is why this issue is really just returning from the grave. Some people might not even know why gold selling is bad, so I'll explain that. For one, it really hurts the integrity of the game. Most of us want the game to be whoever puts in the effort gets the rewards, which is kind of a staple of Classic WoW's game design when you think about it. And that means that gold needs to be hard to come by, and it needs to feel good when you earn it.
Time is money, friend.
Secondly, this gold is dirty money. Have you ever seen any phishing attempts from gold sellers? Attempts where people are sending you fake links to a website like blizzardhacks.net or something stupid. These websites are really just stealing accounts and selling all of someone's hard-earned items for a quick bunch of gold to sell. If you purchase gold, you support the exploitation of players. That's why the community needs to help Blizzard. So maybe we should do what the people in Path of Exile do. Whenever I see anybody post that someone is selling in-game currency for real-life money, everybody just spams the chat and gets that message out of there as fast as possible. We also need to report players who buy gold, and remember, even if they're in your guild, they are a liability. Do you really want to give gear to a raider who buys gold and risk the potential ban to that player in a few months and all the gear you gave them being gone? No. So how do I know for sure that this will happen? Because I've already had requests from gold selling websites asking me to advertise for them in my videos for money. Not gonna happen. Let's do our best to keep Classic WoW a clean game. And on that note, I wanted to just put out a warning to people, especially streamers. You really need to be careful if you accept free gold from someone, because if somebody sends you dirty gold that was bought illegally, it's going to look very suspicious if Blizzard looks into it. Especially when you received a large sum of gold from like a level 1 character named Gold Boy or something stupid. And I know streamers often accept free items and gold as a streamer benefit, but if you don't have a big following to complain on social media about a false ban, then I would be extremely careful of a griefer sending you dirty gold in an attempt to get you into hot water. And the last point on real money trading is that I'm worried about people trading retail WoW tokens for Classic WoW gold. Will Blizzard allow you to trade in-game Classic gold for in-game BFA gold and not have any potential danger to your account? It's basically gold selling if they don't. I'm 100% sure I could find someone willing to buy a month of in-game time in exchange for 100 gold from Classic WoW and do the entire trade while in-game. I'd like to hear Blizzard's official stance on this particular topic. So what should Blizzard do about real money trading? I think Blizzard needs to be swift with the bans for any and all real money transaction. They also need to shut down bots and farmers as soon as possible because of the serious damage it can have on the game's integrity, just as they did back in real vanilla. I just worry Blizzard may slack on this, but I hope I'm wrong about that. Blizzard also needs to make it clear that trading between Classic and retail WoW items or gold should not be allowed. Streamers. Streamers not using the beta to its full potential. Soda poppin', streamer privilege paradise server. Ban Asmongold from Classic. So streamers have been a pretty hot topic in this beta, but I wanted to bring it up that the beta hasn't really been an accurate demonstration of what a streamer's effect on a server could be. The beta has been totally fine, and as much as people like to think, streamers didn't ruin the beta. We haven't seen the full potential of a streamer server yet. Will it be different? Yes. Very different. But there's something I wanted to mention now that I didn't mention in my 10 reasons to avoid streamers video. If you want an experience different from vanilla WoW, then playing on their server might be a decent option for you, because there have already been several events hosted by streamers which have been very fun to participate in and watch. You won't be getting the full vanilla experience that I think most people want, but for some, this could still be fun. That being said, I still don't want any part of it. The only reason the beta has been fine is that's because the population has been so small that no one can really rally a mass group of people to do anything. It's been very interesting to see the response from the community to streamers, though, that we've seen posts such as this one, where a group of guilds plans to totally blacklist streamers which play on their server and even grief them to the point where they can't play. These players discuss publishing an add-on which will block trades, groups, auctions, and chat, while also broadcasting your location to members of the opposite faction. Talk about extreme. To me, this is borderline a TOS violation to block someone to this extent, and I mean, just let me read some of their plans of action here. After 9 days, we will begin the plan of attack. They will be corpse camped. They will be chain CC'd. They will have their bags and mailboxes filled with heavy leather balls and peeling onions. They will not be able to tag a single mob in any zone they're in. This will be a coordinated effort of at least 180 level 60 players. No amount of fanboy spurgs will stop us. So yeah, they're a little extreme. This is really starting to get pretty interesting. How will anti-streamer servers, streamer servers, and servers who just don't care play out? But what do I think Blizzard should do? Ban all streamers. Okay, just kidding. Blizzard should not punish people who stream snipe, and Blizzard should not punish streamers. There should be no catering to their specific ideas, such as making a server for streamer events, which I've seen some people asking for, or even banning griefers. These are issues that only the community should be involved with, and if Blizzard chooses to get involved, I think it would just be bad for the game. Someone choosing to telegraph their every action in a game is that same player choosing to give up any advantages they have, so they cannot complain about it. The only reason Blizzard should interfere is if a streamer is purposely or even accidentally causing server issues, like crashing of servers, which is exactly what they've done in the past. Population issues. Population issues are really going to come into 3 types: overpopulated servers, dead servers, and faction imbalanced servers. Overpopulation could be an extreme problem during the early stages of Classic WoW's life. In Stage 2 of WoW's content release schedule, Blizzard has mentioned that they will be removing the layering technology after they expect the initial population surge to normalize. But what if it doesn't? What if the population stays massive on a server with big groups of influencers on it? Suddenly that server is going to have not enough resources for raids, possibly too many players, causing queue times or even lag. Overpopulation is probably the least of the population issues though, because dead servers are much more likely and much bigger of an issue. A dead server situation means that you could put tons of progress into your character and maybe there isn't even enough people on the realm to form 40-man raids. What if the gates of AQ can't even be opened because your server died? You have to remember that opening the gates of AQ is a server-wide requirement, meaning it requires a ton of donations of materials. If your server dies, then how does a guild really progress into that? So what should Blizzard do about populations? They need to act quickly whenever a population issue pops up. Realm population problems tend to snowball. If your realm is a 70-30 split for faction imbalance, then guess what? Even less people are going to join that 30, and the imbalance continues to grow and grow and grow. Free transfers to balance populations and factions need to be happening, and the faction balance needs to be posted on their own official website to show what level of horde and what level alliance are on the realms. The same goes for high population and low population servers. High pop needs to allow free server migration to the low ones, and I think that in Classic, the merging of servers would be a terrible choice, so they need to act quickly to fix populations before they even consider server merges. And lastly, multi-boxing. So with multi-boxers, we haven't been able to see that in the beta because there isn't really anybody that I know who has access with more than one account, and it's also something that for the most part was banned on private servers, and in actual vanilla didn't really happen often, so it's not something we know the full extent of how it would affect the game. But I think it's something that all of the most hardcore and invested players will abuse, and I don't really mean the people who are playing 5 characters at once. I mean just having 2 accounts active and being able to have 2 characters doing 2 different things. It's the only real pay to win that Classic WoW has. Think about how much of an advantage it would be to have a second character online to do things when you have downtime. It's pretty common to have to wait at the entrance to a dungeon or a raid for other people to get there, and it would be very nice to just have your other account open on another screen so that you can gather herbs or mine ore. Or if you had an awesome BOE rare drop in the middle of a dungeon run, well now you can go into your other account and check the prices live at the auction house and decide if it's worth it to ninja that or not. Or maybe you just forgot to buy your raid consumables that night and you're too embarrassed to hearth out and get them. Well now you can just bring your other account over as a donkey and deliver them to you. Multi-boxing really provides way too many advantages, and I just don't think that Blizzard would ever prevent it, because for them, it's just free money. So what should Blizzard do about multi-boxing? Honestly, I'd like to see a ban on it, but it was a part of Vanilla WoW, so that might be an unpopular opinion with people. I just think that it could be incredibly frustrating if someone was to show up with 5 characters and kill you, or when someone in your dungeon group is half AFK because on their other monitor they're picking herbs. It makes me a bit concerned that top guilds may actually require you to pay for multiple accounts to be a member, if it's going to be as big as an advantage as I think it will be. So in this video, I had originally planned it to be 5 things, but Blizzard has already shown signs of my number 1 issue being changed. The number 1 was supposed to be layering, but in a recent beta build, Blizzard has already added a cooldown to the mechanic of layering, so instead of hopping on the bandwagon to complain about layering, I think that we can trust Blizzard enough for it to be okay. Every issue we've complained about in the past seems to be getting fixed. Remember right-click reporting, content release schedule issues, and loot trading? Blizzard saw the community outcry and made great changes. The Classic dev team has done an amazing job, and I know they will continue to make Classic the best game it can be. But what do you guys think Blizzard should do about these potential problems? Or if you have any other issues that I missed, be sure to let me know in the comments. At the end of the day, no matter how many issues or problems occur, I'll be playing this game, and I know millions of others will too, and I hope to see everybody in the game this August. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe, because I'll be coming at you with more Classic WoW content soon. This has been Classic Wins, thanks for watching.